guest moderator, Radio 1 DJ, Edith Bowman.
Please welcome to the stage writer and director Dan Mazur, Simon Baker and Rafe Spall.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
All right.
Nice. It's nice, isn't it? Hello.
How are you?
Not at the Genius Bar, sorry, Rafe. Not at the Genius
I've
Bar.
got a bug on my iPhone, iOS 5. Tiger's not working properly.
The
Yeah.
reaction that it's had so far, though, has been incredible. You know, and there is this thing that people love. They love British comedies. They love British romantic comedies as well and stuff. So hold yourself back at times.
No, not really. I mean, I think if you see the film, there are some pretty extreme moments in there, and so
Pretty extreme.
Pretty extreme.
No one actually will ever say that to you to your face. I give it a year. It's one of those things that once it fails, once the relationship fails, or
I knew it was only going to last.
Everyone's like that.
We never
I
6
never
months.
liked him.
This is going to get bad, isn't it? It's gonna
No,
be
you
acrimonious.
do the light side, I'll do the dark side.
You'll be my Darth.
I heard you say that when you got the script and read it for the first time, you kind of knew instantly this was going to be funny and you wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say this in front of Dan, but it was one of the funniest scripts I'd read. And I
You went
remember,
from the funnest to one of.
yeah, probably the 17th funniest out of probably 500 romantic comedies that I read. Just outside of 15, outside of my top 15, but I didn't get those parts. And when I met with Dan, he, I talked to him about it. I said, mate, I don't think you'll be able to get all these jokes in the movie because it's going to be about 5 hours long. And he didn't.
You're right.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't. I mean, he's probably got enough footage left over to make like the alternate version.
I give it another year.
Yeah. I give it the other
I give
year.
it 2 years.
Yeah. But with as far as that goes, I'm Australian, obviously.
Really?
Yeah. But yes, we've got some stuff to talk about. So I grew up with English humour. You know, we had a lot of English stuff in Australia, and I identify more with English humour than I do with American humour. So we chatted a bit about playing the American character, and what really drew me to it originally was all of the cliches that you've seen in romantic comedies. That it's a pretty well-worn path, the romantic comedy as a genre, where all of those boxes were ticked, but they were all flipped on their ear in this film. It's the sort of the anti-romantic comedy version of a romantic comedy, but it's still romantic. And the American character, which is always generally the obnoxious, loud, crass, unsophisticated character, happens to be sort of the more sophisticated character in the piece. Rafe, sorry.
Yeah.
To a degree, we all have a little journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have Stephen Merchant just saying what everybody else is thinking and are scared to say.
Exactly. And would never say.
Holy crap.
Yeah. No, he's fantastic.
Married or not, I need to be with you, Ned.
My dad. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Am I right in thinking you did a Hitchcock on Rose, though? In the fact that she
Yeah, you did do a
was
Hitchcock.
properly terrified of
mate.
the birds.
But the amazing thing about it was, I sent her the script. She'd read the script. No point did she think to tell us, I'm absolutely petrified of birds.
And it didn't get
She thought
better.
about it, yeah.
Really?
We shot that was it a whole day or 2
2 days. 2 days. Of
It didn't get
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. I mean,
From the
honestly,
first
porn-
take to the last take, it was worse.
Yeah.
It got worse. I mean, it was to the point where the whole crew was so used to doves and dove shit everywhere. But Rose was still action. Starting to cry in takes almost.
Tears,
like-
that's your tears.
and I look over to Dan at the monitors and he'd just be like, let's go again.
And you're amazing, okay? Because it's a really, from your point of view, it's a really
I
emotional
don't like
scene.
birds either. They're kind
No.
of disgusting. They're like flying rats. But But, you know,
And also
at a certain
birds
point-
indoors, it is sort of distressing and annoying,
Yeah.
but, you know, I mean, but Simon was amazing. He kept incredible focus throughout.
Yeah, Rose
what,
said
in the middle of...
that at one point 2 doves landed on your head at the same
Yeah,
time.
I had
and you
2
just
doves
carried
on
on.
my head. Well, I mean, it's a little bit like flying with someone that hates flying.
Yeah.
If you sort of hit turbulence and go like that, it
Yeah,
sends
yeah.
them completely. So I didn't really like the doves either, to be honest. But if I showed any sort of weariness or fear at all, then she would have left.
Yeah.
I mean, she was
It's
that
true.
on the edge
You're right,
the whole
yeah.
time.
And we'd pay for the doves. You know what I mean? Can't get that
And
money
the dove
back.
wranglers.
Yeah.
Right, questions. Who has got questions in this lovely audience tonight?
Simon,
Yeah.
hello.
Hi.
I know that you like to direct.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy filming in London?
Yes. Okay. Yes, that was like a little sidestep there.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's a
Yeah,
lead-in
sent
to
me
the
that way
directing,
and the
yeah.
other way. No, it was good. It was a good time to be here. It was all leading up to the Jubilee and the Olympics, and everyone was all
Jubilympics.
festive and all that. It was fun.
And did it whet your appetite? Because I'm
Did he
pleased.
wet my appetite?
Yeah, you saw the master at
Have a
work,
look at
didn't
him,
you?
eh?
Yeah,
Have a look at him.
You know, to get behind the camera and do.
Yeah, one of those like, oh, if he can do it,
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
can't be too hard, right? You know, Rafe wrote half his script.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it always does. In fact, that's probably my desire to do that is a problem for me as an actor because I'm always thinking like that. But I've worked with probably about 8 or 9 first-time writer-directors. The most relaxed one I've ever worked with, and I'm not saying that he was.
No, you've got no desire to actually be
He's-
nice to me.
No,
so, you know.
absolutely none. The most relaxed, which was sort of a little bit like, is everything okay? Because this guy's like,
Yeah, it's true.
You
It's
know,
amazing.
he was a bit of a lover of the playback.
Oh, yeah.
He loves
Love
it, fancies a bit of playback.
Love
Like,
that.
let me
Love
look
a
at
bit
the
of
playback.
Yeah, exactly. And like, on the first day, I didn't know whether I was supposed to be the one to say cut or not. I wasn't quite sure who was supposed
You
to
weren't
say
really
it.
fond of saying action either,
Oh,
too.
no,
You
no.
often, get the first AD to say it.
Get him to, exactly, it's good. But no, Simon, to answer your question, Simon definitely should direct 'cause he's got a brilliant eye for it and he's amazing and was incredibly helpful to me as a first-time director in just kind of discussing and talking through scenes. And when I wasn't necessarily sure of things, Simon's got such brilliant experience on set and that he was very good at holding my hand. It's true.
Oh,
You
we
remember
had
that
we had
pool
little
scene?
chats. Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
pool scene that you were really good at helping
yeah.
out on that? So he'll be a brilliant director.
And a comedy, as a comedy?
Well, I mean, look, I'd not done a full-blown comedy before, and and I'm really sort of the straight man in this, so.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
No.
Well, no, I mean, listen, there's an art to having a bit of straight man.
Oh, mate.
Particularly working with Rafe. Rafe's like, you never know. He's improvising all day long. You don't know what he's going to do. I mean, one scene he was kissing me on the mouth.
I did.
Oh, that's true,
I
you
know.
did.
Was
I
that
did.
in the script?
No.
I was very envious.
I was
No,
wiping
no.
my nose with his tie as he was doing
Yeah.
it. He didn't know. And
And we only filmed
we
it
cut
on
it
my
all
phone.
out. But, I mean, like I said, I'm not American, so to try to play that little kind of cultural difference in humour between the two is everyone else is having a blast, and you're the guy that's sort of got to hold steady while all this shenanigans is going on is a little bit of a challenge, and it's actually not as much fun because you've got to sort of be the stick in the mud in a lot of ways.
I'm sorry.
That's Dan's fault, completely. I want him to feel a little more guilty.
Hi, to each of you, what was kind of your highlight or favourite moment of the filming or production process?
This here
This
now.
bit is
the
a
Apple
big
Store.
answer.
Yeah, that's good.
When we get to do the trolley dash,
This week.
that's going to be fun. You guys can watch.
Simon, your highlight. I'm keen to know. The
Uh,
weekend's off. The nice trip to the country.
I had a good schedule, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you.
Mm.
I had a very good schedule. I was only in, and I'd have a few days off, and I'd go to the country and come back. That's kind of a kind of a downer, isn't it? But that was
You enjoyed the
all
holiday
right.
then?
Yeah.
The holiday.
Michael
nice.
Caine. Location, you know, it was all about where's it shoot?
Exactly.
How many
Great,
days off?
done there. Jubilee, you say? I'm a big royalist. As long as I'm there for that, I'm in.
Well,
Yeah.
she's your queen too, Simon, of course.
Yeah,
She's
she
being
is.
Australian.
Rafe, what about you?
Well, I've read that you have bought the rights to Tim Winton Breath.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Are you still...
What have you done with it?
Sorry.
Have you got it on you now?
How much did it cost you?
Where is it right now?
Okay,
Well,
well,
there may be some kind of
where is it?
something wrong with the concept.
It's at it's in an early draft phase.
All right.
We have a director attached, an Australian director called Glendon Ivan, and we're still in the process of developing it.
I'm going to do a
Yeah,
pass on it. I'm gonna do it.
if we want us both to look over it,
Rafe's
we're
gonna
we're
play.
around
I'm
for
going to
you.
give it a polish. and
He's
then we'll
going to do a
see.
polish, and then he'll play a 16-year-old boy coming of age
Add a few laughs.
in 1972.
Funny it up.
Yeah.
Right, well, it's a great book, so
Yeah.
I will look forward to that.
Do you guys have any advice for sort of somebody who might want to get into the industry as a filmmaker or in production?
I mean, it's incredibly difficult, is the first thing, but that shouldn't put you off. I would say just sort of go out there. And what's brilliant nowadays, I think, is that, and here we are in the Apple Store, bizarrely, it's much more democratic than it ever was. So I think if you want to get a camera, you can use your phone. The iPhone 5 has a wonderful memory. You can go out and you can film things and you can put it online, hosted by
You can
Apple.
cut it on your iPad.
Exactly. Just use a rudimentary editing program, iMovie, but
Final Cut
genuinely.
Pro
Yeah.
eventually.
Exactly.
I don't think this generation understands how easy they have it with that stuff.
Here we go.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I mean, we used to make little movies on video cameras this size and record from VHS to with pause and record like to do cuts.
Yeah.
Literally, with a lag of frames, like it was just crap.
That's true.
I mean,
So,
anyone can pick up stuff now and do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your
Thank you.
questions.
Thank you, Apple.
Thanks to Rafe, Dan and Simon. Cheers. Thank you.